Hey everyone, welcome to the show. We're diving headfirst into the top 5 worst states to retire in. You know, those places where your dreams of a peaceful retirement go to? Well, retire. If you're thinking about where to spend your golden years, you might want to avoid these places like you'd avoid a fruitcake in July. So buckle up, grab your reading glasses, and get ready to laugh because we're about to roast some states. Let's dive in. First up, we're heading to the Sooner State. After hearing this, you might want to get out sooner rather than later. Oklahoma, known for its wide open spaces and even wider tornadoes, isn't exactly a retirement paradise. Let's start with affordability. Oklahoma thinks affordable is a synonym for we forgot to build a decent grocery store. You might be able to afford a house the size of Texas, but good luck finding a decent avocado to put in your guacamole. And speaking of things that are hard to find, let's talk about quality healthcare. Apparently, the only thing harder to find than a good doctor in Oklahoma is a twister shelter during a windstorm. It's like they're playing hide and seek with your well-being. And the weather? Don't even get me started. Just picture this. You're enjoying a nice cup of prune juice on your porch when bam, you're caught in a tornado and end up in Kansas. Talk about an unexpected adventure. And let's not forget about the crime rate. You know it's bad when the cows are wearing tiny little burglar masks. I'm just saying, keep your eyes peeled and maybe invest in a really good security system. Or a really fast horse. But hey, at least the people are friendly, or so I've heard. Next up, we're hopping on over to the East Coast to visit the smallest state with the biggest attitude, Rhode Island. This tiny state is big on charm, but unfortunately, it's also big on the cost of living. Seriously, you'll need a bank account the size of Texas to afford a one-bedroom apartment in Rhode Island. And forget about buying a house unless you're planning on winning the lottery or marrying rich. And speaking of things that are expensive, let's talk about healthcare. Be prepared to shell out some serious clams. Get it? Clams, Rhode Island? Okay, I'll stop. For even the most basic medical care. It's enough to make you sick. And the weather? Well, let's just say it's as unpredictable as a toddler on a sugar rush. One minute it's sunny, the next minute it's snowing, and the next minute you're caught in a torrential downpour. Pack an umbrella, a parka, and maybe a life vest, just in case. But hey, at least Rhode Island has beautiful beaches, right? Just make sure you bring enough money to actually enjoy them. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're heading down south to the Magnolia State, where the hospitality is warm, but the retirement prospects are, well, not so much. Mississippi, the state that gave us blues music, might just make you sing the retirement blues. Why? Let's start with the affordability, or lack thereof. Sure, the cost of living might seem low, but when you factor in the, shall we say, limited job market, suddenly that low cost of living doesn't seem so appealing anymore. And speaking of things that are limited, let's talk healthcare. Mississippi consistently ranks near the bottom when it comes to healthcare quality. It's like they're stuck in a time warp, and not the cool kind with Marty McFly and a DeLorean. And the weather? Get ready for humidity that could make a swamp monster sweat. Seriously, you'll need to invest in industrial strength deodorant and a personal air conditioner just to survive the summer. But hey, at least Mississippi has incredible music history, right? Just make sure you bring earplugs for the retirement blues. Hold on to your hairspray, because we're heading to the Garden State, a state that's about as relaxing as a day at the DMV. New Jersey, home of Snooki, Springsteen, and some seriously questionable smells, is not exactly the retirement haven you might imagine. Let's start with the affordability, or should I say, the astronomical cost of living. Seriously, you'll need to take out a second mortgage just to afford a gallon of gas in this state, and don't even get me started on the property taxes. And speaking of things that are expensive, let's talk about healthcare. Be prepared to pay an arm and a leg for even the most basic medical care. It's enough to make you want to self-medicate with a Taylor ham sandwich. And the weather? Well, let's just say it's as unpredictable as a reality TV star's love life. One minute it's sunny, the next minute it's snowing, and the next minute you're caught in a hurricane. Pack an umbrella, a winter coat, and maybe a hazmat suit just in case. But hey, at least New Jersey has great bagels, right? Just make sure you bring enough cash to cover the cost of the bagel, the tip, and the therapy you'll need after dealing with the traffic. Giddy up, partners, because we're heading down south to the Bluegrass State, where the horses are fast, the bourbon flows freely, and the retirement prospects are, well, let's just say they're not winning any races. Kentucky, known for its rolling hills, beautiful horses, and of course, bourbon, might seem like a charming place to retire. But don't let the idyllic scenery fool you. Let's start with the affordability, which, like a thoroughbred that's lost its jockey, is a bit all over the place. Sure, some parts of Kentucky are affordable, but good luck finding a decent grocery store that sells more than just bourbon and fried chicken. And speaking of things that are hard to find, let's talk about quality healthcare. It's like trying to find a needle in a haystack, only the needle is a good doctor, and the haystack is a giant pile of bourbon barrels. And the weather? Get ready for all 4 seasons in one day. Seriously, you'll need a wardrobe that would make a chameleon jealous. And don't even get me started on the humidity. It's enough to make a horse sweat. But hey, at least Kentucky has bourbon, right? Just make sure you bring a designated driver, a liver transplant application, and a sense of humor. Well, folks, there you have it, the top 5 worst states to retire in. I hope you enjoyed this little roast session. Remember, retirement should be a time to relax, enjoy life, and spend time with loved ones, not worry about tornadoes, high taxes, or questionable healthcare. Thanks for watching! If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more hilarious content. See you next time!